Hello everybody, my name is Neil Bakiev and I'm the creator and founder of my website, which is ielswheel.com. Today we'll be analyzing task 4 taken from test 1 official TOEFL IBT tests volume 1 for the 4th edition ETS TOEFL. Okay, now your job is to listen to this lecture very carefully. While listening to this lecture, you need to take notes. Okay, so firstly, you have to focus on the topic of this lecture. Okay, then you have to focus on the first example and on the second example. And you must include all of these 3 elements in your speech. Okay, so make sure to identify the topic, example 1 and example 2. So listen carefully and take notes, please.
Listen to part of a talk in an art appreciation class.
In order for art to communicate, to appeal to the emotions or the intellect, it has to combine various visual elements to express meaning or emotion. It's really the visual components of the work, things like color, texture, shape, lines, and how these elements work together that tell us something about the work. Artists combine and manipulate these visual elements to express a message or to create a mood. Think about how a painter might use color, for example. You all know from experience that different colors appeal in different ways to the senses and can convey different meanings. An artist chooses certain colors to evoke a particular mood and make powerful statements. The color red, for example, is a strong color and can conjure up strong emotions, such as extreme joy or excitement or even anger. Blue, on the other hand, is considered a cool color. Blue colors tend to have a calming effect on viewers. Another visual element important to art is texture. By texture, I mean the surface quality or feel of the work, its smoothness or roughness or softness. Now, of course, in some types of art, the texture is physical. It can actually be touched by the fingers. But in painting, for example, texture can be visual. The way an artist paints certain areas of a painting can create the illusion of texture, an object's smoothness or roughness or softness. A rough texture can evoke stronger emotions and strength, while a smooth texture is more calming and less emotional. As I said earlier, artists often combine elements to convey a message about the work. Take a painting that, say, uses a lot of strong colors like reds and oranges and uses brush strokes that are broad, wide sweeping brush strokes that suggest a rough texture. Well, these elements together can convey a wilder, more chaotic emotion in the viewer more than in, say, a painting with tiny, smooth brush strokes and soft or pale colors. Artists use these visual effects and the senses they arouse to give meaning to their work.
Using points and examples from the lecture, explain the importance of visual elements in painting.
Okay, now I believe that the main topic here is the importance of visual elements in painting. Okay, so that's the central idea, that's the main idea. In the first example, the professor is talking about the importance of color. Okay, she says that different colors appeal in different ways to the senses and can convey different meanings. Okay, in the second example, she's talking about texture, and she's very specific here. She's talking about smoothness, roughness, or softness, okay, and so forth. So we've got all of these examples. Okay, we've got 2 examples here. We've got our main topic. Now let's look at the model answer, which I've created for you. So listen to me carefully, and then I'll explain to you every single sentence here. The lecture explains the importance of visual elements in painting based on 2 examples. Firstly, different colors appeal in different ways to the senses and can convey different meanings. For example, as the color red is a strong one, it can convey extreme joy or excitement. By contrast, blue shades usually have a calming effect on viewers. Secondly, texture has the potential to express smoothness, roughness, or softness. While a rough texture can evoke stronger emotions and strength, a smooth texture can create a more calming and less emotional effect visually or when touched. These examples show how visual effects can affect a viewer's perception of artwork. Now, here in the first paragraph, we should say the lecture explains, okay, and then you have to explain what, okay, so you have to use only one sentence, okay, so you must clearly define the main topic of the lecture in your response. Then, firstly, okay, then talk about the first idea. Firstly, different colors appeal in different ways to the senses and can convey different meanings. Okay, so this is the topic sentence, and then she gives an example. Therefore, I say, for example, as the color red is a strong one, it can convey extreme joy or excitement. By contrast means that something is the opposite, okay? So by contrast, blue shades usually have a calming effect on viewers. So I have identified the first point. I have provided the first example here, and then the second one, okay? Then I'm talking about the second main point here. I say, secondly, texture has the potential to. The expression to have the potential to means might or may express smoothness, roughness, or softness. While a rough texture can evoke stronger emotions and strength, a smooth texture can create a more calming and less emotional effect visually or when touched. So here I'm comparing and contrasting using the word while, and I'm talking about the first type of texture, and then I'm talking about the second type of texture. In my previous paragraph, I use the phrase by contrast because I want to contrast. I want to show something opposite, okay? And then, okay, so here I want to draw the right conclusion and say that these examples show how visual effects can affect a viewer's perception of artwork. Okay, so once again, focus on the central idea, talk about the first point, provide one specific example, talk about the second point, provide one specific example, draw the right conclusion, and then you are done. That's it. Okay, you can visit my website, which is ielswheel.com, and you can use 2 kinds of services, either speaking correction service or writing correction service. So if you want me to correct your responses, you can send me your audio responses from one particular test. I will analyze each response and I will show you the correct version, okay, and I will create a video lesson for you and explain to you what improvements you could make in order to get a higher score, and it will cost you $30 American. Or you can use writing correction service. Remember that one correction means that I will correct either task 1, which is integrated writing, or task 2, which is writing an essay. Not both, only one task. And it will cost you $25. Thank you very much for watching and analyzing this video lesson.